have to get on this weekend. Like I said, we're going to talk about the Commanders' first game. We're going to talk about what happened. We're going to go into what their next one is. Then we're going to go to the Wizards and their schedule, and then Baltimore Orioles and Washington Capitals and their schedule. And we're also going to talk about other things as well, especially folks who are basketball or boxing fanatics like myself. We're going to talk about Canelo and Bangalaga. There's Balinga or something. I'm sorry, Balinga. Balinga, I'm sorry if I bashes your name, bro, but we're going to talk about that as well. We are going to go speed full ahead into sports. So buckle up, folks. Ask Captain Jack Sparrow if he can borrow your boat, because we're going to go full steam ahead through the terrain, the storm, and all that good stuff. You know, my analogies are weak right now, but it'll get up better as we move forward. So with that being said, let's start the show. Now, folks, I said last Saturday that there's a pattern that starts from the preseason up into regular season, and I was right. I did not sugarcoat it. I was right. Also, we're going to also read some of the past questions I had for the Commanders fans, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they didn't disappoint. I'm pretty sure if you have Facebook, I recently had asked a question to all the Commander fans about a certain amount of beliefs about the team and what happened and who they're going to, who's going to win this coming Sunday. Now, our next opponent is the Giants. And a lot of people are not really happy about what's coming forth. And I can understand that. Let's read some of those before we start. All right. Let's read multiple answers. So the question to the post I sent was Commanders versus Giant predictions. Let's go. Are they going to be 1-1 or 0-2? And to the 15 comments I got, Cam says 0-2, sadly. He basically said there's no way we're going to win this game. Joni, who is a Falcons fan, says Washington by 10. Kim, who's a Washington Commanders fan, is saying 1-1. So basically she said we're going to win. Joe Marie says we will win. Antoine says, I don't feel good about this one. They have our number for a few years now. Hopefully we can change that Sunday. He's hoping that Commanders will win. Giants always win in Washington. Hopefully we can change this and get some emotion and passion this Sunday. Ronnie said that. Denise Garcia says 1-1. Right? So Joni then said, we got this. We can beat them. So majority of that says we can win. Now, I got some other positive and negative, little balance of the two. They both says the same thing, 1-1, 0-2, what have you. So what does this ultimately mean? Well, before we go into that, let's look back at what happened on Sunday. We start off horribly. We got 3 and outs. But no, I was right about the 3 and outs of the BUCS. Right? The 3 and outs in the BUCS, I was right. Right? So I was right about that. Then we went 3 and out. And then Baker Mayfield, he got hot. Right? Threw a touchdown, field goal, touchdown. And then we came in late as the third quarter. And basically, here's the funny thing about that, right? It was 14-23 And normally we would just let it go. We'll just score 14 and be happy. What I'm impressed about is Jane Daniels. Jane Daniels actually scored that last touchdown, even though we missed the field goal. That's something that's pretty impressive. You know, I liked how he did that, because normally we'll just give up and say, okay, you got this. Score as many points as you can. No, we actually would have been, 23 points, blown out. But we shortened it to 17. The problem is it's the scoring. The defense didn't do anything because there was no pass rush. No pass rush whatsoever. They tried to pass rush, but Baker Mayfield, he escaped. There was no pass rush whatsoever. Do I need to say I tell you so? Yes, I told you so. How did you know? Basically, preseason, there was no pass rush against the Dolphins, no pass rush against the Jets. We barely won against the Patriots. What does that mean? The pattern is lose, lose, win, lose, lose. Do you see? This is what the consistency means in the preseason. You have to understand the playbook. You have to understand your X's and O's. Then you win, then you lose. Look at the Ravens. The Ravens have the same type of pattern. Win, 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 win. Lose. Regular season. Win, 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 lose. So if the Ravens have that pattern during the preseason, and they don't have that same pattern for us in the preseason, look at the pattern that we have now. Lose, lose, win, lose, lose. So what happened in game one? Same thing as said in the preseason. Lack of pass rush, good running game, bad passing in the passing game. And what transfers over into the regular season? That same pattern. I hate doing this. I hate saying I told you so, but I told you so. This is what we are about. I was talking to another Commander fan yesterday, and I said the same thing to him. I said, if you look at what they did in the preseason, they gave away Jahan Dotson. We give away our best players to teams that need a boost. He said, who? And I'm so glad he said who. I went through all the names. Frank Wycheck, John Jansen, Brian Arapaho, Ryan Kerrigan, Trent Williams, Trey Johnson, folks. Trey Johnson wasn't traded, but it was another left tackle. I forgot who it was. Mogus Morgan, even though he got hurt knees, the man was still dominant on that side. We had to patch him up, but man, he was effective. We have just two brand new panels here. We got Eric Jessup and we got Coach. We're going through our pre warm up right now, and then I'll push it to the panel. But as I stated before, and I stated again, these players that we let go came back and beat us. Brian Mitchell, he was a Redskin. He went directly to the Eagles. We had Desmond Howard. He was a Michigan alum, came here, helped us out. He didn't really do so well in the second half of the season of his career. He let it on fire. Then there was some more with the organization with him, and they didn't like each other, and they shipped him off to where? NFC North to win on 5 championships. He came to us and blew us out. There was another wide receiver that we let go. Who was it? Deshaun Jackson. We let him go, and he went and torched us. I can go on and on and on and on. And this is the result of what we do as a nation. Now, the good thing about this organization that we have, the new regime, they do this thing called Truth Mondays. I need for them to come on my show and do that Truth Monday, because I have a Truth Monday for them. Because I'm pretty sure that if they listen to my truth on Monday, they'll have a better perspective of what this truth they have is lackluster. Now, here's the funny thing, folks.
So bad.
I know you want to get into that topic, but right now your mindset is warped. Now, if you look at what's happening here, right? This says a lot. This says a lot. Joe Witt was in a press conference and he admitted that it falls back on him. He said, and I quote, that we wasn't supposed to do that. We had bad communications. When did you realize you had bad communication? When they were getting blown out 14, 20-3. You know, this is what I'm saying. You can't coach. Yeah, exactly. You can't coach from a distance. You get them during halftime, and you go, "What are you doing, guys? This is not how you play football." And then you come back and get blown out 20-37. That is the most unrealistic thought. Meanwhile, on the other side of the atmosphere, Dallas just won, Eagles just won. Luckily, the Giants lost, but we played them today. And guess who's playing on the Eagles? Saquon. Guess who's playing on the Giants? Nobody but Daniel Jones. So if we let Daniel Jones do whatever he wants in defense, we don't need to be on the field. I'm expecting to see Bobby Wagner, go off. I'm expecting Louisville to smack some daylights into Daniel Jones. I'm wanting to see, Fedarius Mathis, not Fedarius. Well, is Fedarius Mathis? No. I'm ready to see Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne double team smack the living daylight's teeth out of Daniel Jones' mouth and be in his face 24/7. It should be 30-0 at the end of the result. I'm hoping, I'm praying, because they don't have nobody but that guy at quarterback. So they better put. I take that back. They do have Daniel Warren, who's a former Raider, who actually went over 1,000 yards rushing. They have him, if he's healthy. See, this is my problem. We were not emotionally in the game. We were off in the stratosphere looking at the stars. As I stated before, and I stated again, you can't win with one member of your pass rush. You can't. Because they're just going to double team that pass rusher all day long. And to my credit, yes, they had a surge in the middle. Like I said, that's where the power is. But what happened to Baker Mayfield? He saw the edge and he ran. That's what he kept doing. He kept running from the left side because his left tackle knows there's nobody there. The right tackle side, there's nobody there. He ran for both sides. He didn't run up the middle until we went to the left and right side to see if they can get a pass rush. You know what the offense did? They corralled it on the left and right side, giving that big gap of grass in the middle for a first down. This is what I'm talking about, folks. I know football. I've been there. Best of the regime, worst of the regime. I've seen it all. And you cannot tell me I'm not a Commanders fan when you saw the same thing on Sunday. But you think I'm pointing blame on one individual? No, I'm pointing blame at the head coach. The head coach and defensive head coach. Hey, guess what? This is the same thing that happened when Jack Del Rio was here and Ron Rivera was here. This is what they're doing. They're doing the same playbook with the same head coach philosophy. This is not what we needed. This is not what we're about, but we're making a culture of it. I got a panel that you wouldn't believe that helped me with my thoughts and analytical parts. We got Alex, we got Coach, we got Eric, We have the Campbell Soup lady, but I got her on mute. We got Big Steve here. We're going to
I have a name.
Yes, Campbell Soup lady. Yes, we know. We got Big Steve here. I need y'all to help me out with this thought process because this got to be dealt with. We're gonna start with because Lou will be here in a little. There's Lou, right on point. How you doing, Lou? We're just gonna say we're gonna start with Lou and end with Big Steve. All right, help me with this question. What went wrong on the BUCS and Commanders game from first quarter to the fourth quarter? Help me out, Lou.
Yeah, BUCS just didn't seem to have any. I think their offense was weak. So pretty much, they didn't seem to have it the whole time there. Just completely flat.
Yes.
I mean, one game isn't going to kill. One game won't kill your season, but if you play like that, your season is going to be down to 2% in a hurry.
Man, you just speaking truth. All right, Alex, what you think, man?
Love you, Roger. Yeah, from what I saw from my standpoint, I mean, they're throwing short slants, right? I mean,
yeah.
McCaffrey, great young player. I mean, 3 catches, like 9 yards. They're I'm not saying playing scared, but they're being very conservative on offense right now. I don't think it's Jalen's fault. They're trying to ease them into the flow.
Oh man,
I still got to see more pass rush, and I got to see better DB play. I mean, they can win games, but they got to clean some stuff up. I mean, if I were you guys, I'd open it up. Let's do it. Let them play. I mean, their play calling was kind of timid and kind of conservative to me.
Absolutely. I was just about to agree with you. Here, I'll give my thought. That I'll give my thoughts on that part, but I got to go to Coach because Coach has another perspective. What's up, Coach?
What's that?
Tell me what's on your mind.
Say their rush. They didn't want to let anybody get through. Somehow they knew what they were going to do.
Yes.
I gotta say it.
Yes.
I gotta say it.
Yes.
And I'm like, that is not going to work right there. Mm-mm.
I totally agree.
It's got to be a surprise in order to do what they need to do. It's got to be. And they got to protect whoever is going to be. They got to protect whoever is going to get that ball.
I totally agree.
Get a hole open for them.
And that was a funny thing. You just made a great point there, Coach. Hold on that thought. I'm going to go with Eric. Eric probably has the same sentiments as everybody else. What's up, Eric?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Right.
The last game, they totally underestimated Todd Bowles.
Mm-hmm.
And, they really shouldn't have. And it's easy to do because he's not one of those guys that garners headlines. But Todd Bowles has been around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And he spent time here in Washington. He's seen Super Bowls. And this underestimated his ability to defend them. I think, in a sense, I don't think placed too high a priority on winning per se. They're going with this fantasy of building a culture first, but they need to put some wins on the board. So somebody's got to pay for them $18 hot dogs in the stadium.
Right.
My question is this, and it's an ugly one. We got to see what they do this week, and they better get. I think they need to get it done. Else, I'm gonna really ask this question. It's like, I'm not a fan necessarily of their coordinators. Cliff Kingsbury hasn't done anything in the league really. He put up some gaudy stats at times, but he hasn't won anything. I mean, has he even won like a division?
Right.
He put up some gaudy stats, but he hasn't really won anything. And I don't know why DQ brought him here. To be honest with you, he's probably quickly available. The other, the defense guy, Joe Witt, I guess he worked with him before in Dallas or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. the prior regime, Jack Del Rio, Rivera. At least they kind of had a name for themselves. They had at least had a resume. I don't know what's going to happen, as far as this, but I'm keeping an eye on them coordinators because, that's where the rubber hits the road.
Right.
I like just like let me get off of here real quick, but I like what Rasul, I'd like to see a 30-0 game. They talked a little BS about run heavy. It's like I don't want to see a single run. I want to see Daniels throw 50 times.
Right.
45 for 50 and 300, 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. This is what I want to see.
They did not have Torrey out there enough.
Well, let me. I was just about to get to that, but we had to get to Big Steve, and once Big Steve's talk, I'm gonna get to all the points. No, you're good. No, I love the passion. I love the passion. Hold on. Let me get to Big Steve, and then after Big Steve, then we can all, get into a talking point. Big Steve, what's your thoughts?
Okay, first say where your tight ends at. You got 3 nice tight ends that your offensive line played okay. If number 71 didn't, but you got the tight ends, you got the wide receivers. Had him throw the ball. Number 2, where's your safety blitz? Where's your linebacker blitz? That 5-2 is not going to work, okay? That 4-2-5 is not going to work. You need that 4-3. You need them 3 linebackers that we got playing together. Yeah, Emmanuel, he's out for 4 weeks. So guess what? That would be a blessing because he got burnt. He got burnt a whole bunch of times. So that could be your blessing. Now you're going to have, I think you're going to have your cornerback. Blitz Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones' worst enemy is the blitz. You get him on the run, he's not a good passer. Giants don't got no running game, as you see by last week. They got 1 receiver, so we can cover them. And I'm like, what you I'm saying? We 30-0. 30-0 should be no problem with us this week. If we get about 30-0 by halftime, we good.
Well, let me say this, and
they were busy helping our O-line.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Defense got tired.
Well,
and that right there, and they're supposed to get the ball back, so the offense can be out there more.
But see, here's
so they won't get that tired.
But here's what happened, and this is what, I like everybody's comments and I like everybody's points. Here's what generally happened in the game. As I stated before last week, you play out of position, you're going to get torched. The whole entire game, we were in coverage. Cover 2. The most deadliest cover 2 that everybody loves to be in. Because every opponent wants to throw in that pocket, that little pocket where nobody's defending. Baker Mayfield opened up the whole entire pocket of that cover 2 by bootlegging. He got out of the pass rush that supposedly in the middle, as I said, is where our strength is. He knew it. He see the 2 big guys coming after him. What happened? He rolled to his left, moved up, and heave-hove it to who? Mike Evans. Mike Evans was open majority of the day. Why? Because he sat in the cover 2. Yes.
You know what else? Open the playbook, which is what I said first of all. Open up the playbook.
Yes.
If you play vanilla, you're going to get beat by good teams.
But see, Alex, that's what you said in the beginning of your statement. You said vanilla, conservative. They figured by doing conservatively, we could beat the BUCS. You're going against Baker. Yeah, exactly. You're going against Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans, who had 1,000 yards receiving in 10 years. So every year. So you're not going to fake him out with conservative passing. What was the game plan? Who did the game plan? I hope it wasn't DQ because I would have smacked him right there in his eye. Why?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much, but if you play scared, you're gonna lose.
But it wasn't. We didn't play scared. We just played conservatively.
He's not a bad quarterback. You gotta let him
You're not.
wheel and drive.
You're not going to be an NFL team playing conservatively. Look at what the. I mean, you're not the Kansas City Chiefs, and you're certainly not the Patriots of old. See, here's my problem with the play calling. You didn't do your investigations. You didn't do your thorough analysis. What you did was you go, hey, listen, this person can do this. No, let me go even further with this. You gathered a bunch of players, and your philosophy is I can coach any player in the NFL who's athletic or who understands X's and O's, and I can mold them to be what I can. I can do what I did in ATL. I could do what I did in Dallas. In the end result of both of those things, the only one that was successful is Falcons. He didn't do so well in Dallas. So he said, I'm not going to do anything when I did in Dallas. I'm not going to do anything when I did in Atlanta. I'm going to make sure we are not the same club. But yet you got rid of all those talented players that was here. Assisting with Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio, you got all those athletic players out and about with other teams while you bring in other teams' players who haven't really done anything in the league. And not only
Jonathan Allen need to give me my money back. Jonathan Allen, for all that stuff, he should give me my money back.
Hey, look,
I'm tired of playing. I'm tired of playing that we lose and stuff. Guess what? Sunday you got had on nationwide TV. Baker Mayfield is a veteran. He knew. And Tarbo said, "You know what? Play your game, Baker," and he did.
And no. See, Big Steve. That's why I told you in the beginning, the pattern from the preseason to the regular season matters a lot. Harbaugh knew that, and he got it right. DQ was rushing because he knew that the season's coming, so he had no choice but to go. Let me go further into the defense now, because Coach and Eric brought something up. So here's what's happening. I told you the best way to put Emmanuel Forbes is in nickel, because in nickel you have less a responsibility. They put him in cover 2, hoping that he can cover somebody, and he got blown away. And not only did he get blown away, they put him on a second wide receiver who was more experienced than him. The man didn't have no footing.
No, they put on Goodwin.
A good coach says, sit on the bench, son.
Well, see, you don't do that. You don't do that. Here's why you screw up.
They don't win. They don't do that. So it's not working. So
here's why you don't bench the rookie or the second year guy, because he will never learn. You put him out there in different coverages to see where he'll stick. Here's why.
I've seen players on Super Bowl teams get benched.
Here's
back better than next week.
No. Well,
But,
see, that's a bad thing. That's a bad. Offensively,
it's not working in DC, but I guess.
Well,
I guess
Alex.
it works there.
No, Alex. That's offensively you can do that, but defensively you're not going to learn. You know, defensively, if you sit somebody down, your career is over.
I've seen Eagles that are all pros now that got benched for 18 2 quarters or 18 snaps.
Offensive guys.
Disagree.
Offensive guys.
If you lose your assignment, you'll sit down for a little bit.
Okay.
I've seen it. I mean, maybe they do it different in DC, but I've seen the winning teams, they do that.
Well, see,
So
DC.
don't be afraid to try that.
No, I'm saying like this. You're right in that aspect of offensive. You could sit an offensive guy down and learn by watching.
Defensive all pros. Philadelphia, Chicago. I've seen number 1 draft picks get benched for a quarter. Why are they immune to
a quarter?
benched?
A quarter, yes, a quarter. I thought you meant like for the rest of the year.
I didn't say his life. I said sit him down for a quarter.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's how you learn. You learn on the sideline.
Okay, I misunderstood what you said. I thought you said for a year.
I wouldn't say fire him.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's how I was raised, like high school playing volleyball too. Like, if you mess up, sit down for a quarter, and then maybe you come back better.
Okay.
You learn by watching up.
Well, that's on me. I thought you meant for a whole year. I thought I didn't mean it. I didn't hear you say quarter.
I'm sorry, Rizzo.
Okay, no, that's on me. That's on me. But if I would say the best way for him to understand what the coverage is to go talk to Joe Witt. But Joe Witt is not down there. He's up in the bleachers giving plays from the down on the phone. So he has to talk on the phone to actually get an idea. Yeah, so here's my problem. And I'm gonna keep saying this. We have nobody on the edges. Nobody that can actually bull rush the ends of the left tackle of the opponent to the right tackle of the opponent, because that's
the foundation of any good defense.
Correct.
Bring the heat at that pass rushers.
Absolutely. So we cannot operate with 1/3 of the defense going after a team, because they'll exploit you. Even the commentator on the NFL Network said the same thing. If you are on the field and they see 1 ounce of you being wounded, they're coming after you all game long. And that's what Baker Mayfield did. He looked at Evans. He said, Evans, they don't have no edge rushers. All they got is linebackers and CBs. They can't run after you.
They need those edge rushers.
And then what did Evans said to Baker Mayfield? They can't contain you. Run around them. They're going to get tired. Sure enough, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And what's funny, I hate saying this, but it makes me mad even hearing this coming from an opponent. When they say Jane Daniels, man, he needs to stop running around. He's getting too tired. They already won the game. Why is he making a comment? Oh, you're trying to be more positive? I guarantee you, if we were winning by 40, you would have had your helmet thrown clean across the field, talking about, I hate Jane Daniels. See, this is what I don't like. When you're in a competitive game and you're talking about a player who's whooping your butt, and then all of a sudden you go, he's a good person. Tom Brady didn't say that to John Randall. Was it John Randall? Who was it? Somebody. Ray Lewis. He didn't say that. They hated each other. He did not say one thing good about Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't. When they were here in Washington, and we had Santana Moss, and we had Roy Halou, and we had Roy Oyster. When they were about to lose, they were on the sideline upset because we just had the Navy and the Army game painted on the field. You know, that's what you need.
Some people are like, why? Like another player has no right to yell at it. If I'm a good kid, you're damn right. If I'm not doing my job, someone should be yelling at me on the field.
Exactly.
That's teamwork.
Exactly.
If you're not accountable, you're no one.
That's what I want to see. I want to see
teamwork. I have no problem seeing someone on TV yelling at someone.
That's what I'm talking about.
Do your damn job. Let's go. We're in battle. Let's work together.
That's what I'm talking about. This is game 1. This is not a friendly flag football game. This is what we came to win about. We came to kick your butt and then come back and win the next game so we can be 2-0. No, we're on the urge of being 0-2, folks. 0-2 because we're playing Giants at home.
This is the pros. You make an awful lot of money, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a much bigger problem if I don't see people barking. I got a bigger problem.
Preseason game, there was a big difference between that game and our first game.
Yeah, I get.
So who's the best? Who are the best? Tell me. Honestly, I don't know. Who are the best pass rushers on the Commanders?
Well, Bobby Wagner, Frankie Louisville. Those are the best tackles in front. And then you got Jamie Davis. He could tackle, but he's not really polished tackle. But he could tackle.
I'm sorry. The edge. The defensive end. Pass rushers.
We don't have one.
He got one of our touchdowns.
Yeah, well, I know.
I'm puzzled. Why the heck did they trade? Sweat.
Well, here's what happened.
Keith Young was not the one, but Sweat was.
Well, Alex.
I'm like,
where were the others? That's what I'm saying.
Alex,
where were the others?
Here's what happened.
Keep one of them.
This is why and this is why I don't like Ron Rivera in this mindset. So we're losing. We're losing. I think we had like a 3-game losing streak, right? So this is in the middle of the season. So Ron Rivera came out against the press when we lost that one game. I forgot what game it was. And he stated to JP Finley, and I quote, "Well, when I was in Carolina, I traded one of our players, both of our players, and we won and went on to the playoffs. This is why I did it. I traded Montez Sweat and Chase Young so that way we can have a great season down the stretch because he gambled away. That's why they call him Riverboat Ron Rivera, because he gambles."
Terrible. I'm not bringing that to Vegas next time I gamble. Terrible gamble.
Well, hold on, Alex. Hold on, Alex. Let's.
You don't gamble.
That's why he's unemployed right now.
Well, one at a time. Your fault.
Good coach does not gamble with his players. No.
I totally agree with everybody. Let me okay, individually, let's start with Eric and end with Big Steve. What are your thoughts? 5 minutes, let's go.
I think I pretty much ran my mouth enough. I mean, like, everybody hates Ron Rivera at this point.
Right.
Like I said, I'm with a group of people that I tailgate with, and one of the ladies there, she's a lot like Coach, and she doesn't call him Riverboat, she calls him Rowboat. That's about the effect he's had on this team. Yeah, I know it's early. I mean, I said what I said before, and I meant it. Yeah, but I know it's early. But dang, if we want to see some football.
Yes.
Let's see some football. And I'll just give the mic up for a moment because I don't want to get caught in the weeds on something else. Thanks.
No, you good, man. No worries. Lou, what are your thoughts?
Well, my own team or this team your team.
Yeah, give me your thoughts on Dallas winning against the Browns. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, that was a given. I mean, come on, it's the Browns. I mean, I didn't see much of them playing a fight against the Cowboys anyway. Okay, they got to do a quick start, but after that, it kind of went as expected.
So your quarterback got $240 million total over the year, and I think what's his name? CeeDee Lamb got what? Maybe $160 million total.
Oh, wow! Yeah.
These people are going to have mansions in other countries with that type of good God Almighty.
Exactly.
They already get.
He literally threw his whole fortune out the window to two individuals who probably ain't going to amount to anything.
That's a shame. That's a shame. Hey, you talk about the Browns real quick. Anybody heard from Nick Chubb? Because he got hurt last year and everybody in the league cried.
You know what? He's still with the team.
He's maybe like week 8.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, he already blew his knee out a couple times at Georgia, and that's the best Brown they got. And then you got Deshaun Watson mentally, physically, facing lawsuits, can't throw a spiral, doesn't know the playbook, doesn't practice with the team. He's a disgrace.
Well, he can't practice with the team. He's in court half of the time.
He's the worst quarterback in football.
Well, no, let's recap for that one.
Rizzo, you want him right now? You want $240 million? Tell me that's not the worst contract in pro sports.
No, we had some worse contracts before. I don't think that's the worst. I don't know.
We have $240 million.
No, $240 million is desperate because this is the beginning of the season, and Jerry doesn't have a quarterback to actually start because if he starts another quarterback, guess what? You got some riots happening in Dallas that you will never see in your life. There would be no.
I'm talking about Watson.
Oh yeah, Watson is not the worst contract. I think it's the stupidest contract. I won't be the worst. It's stupid.
And now Joe Flacco's in Indy. Well, I don't see any worse contract in pro sports. If you see, Deshaun Watson has forgotten how to play football.
That's because he's been in court half of the time because he's dealing with another sexual assault.
Yeah. Well, that's the fault. So He'd be a bad college quarterback right now. He's a terrible quarterback.
Well, no, I agree, Alex. I just won't call it worse. I'll say stupid because, there's an organization.
Stupid. They mortgaged their future for him. It's a terrible, terrible contract.
Yeah,
So,
okay,
I
see.
Hard to find a worse.
I give you that. I just say it was, people were being stupid at the front office. Yeah,
and Flacco let him into the playoffs last year, and they let him walk.
Well, Flacco, Flacco is it. Flacco is like who's Flacco remind me of? He reminds me of Tinny Testaverde. Tinny Testaverde is Joe Flacco. He got an arm, but he ain't got no legs. He got a little bit older. Vinny, not Tinny. Sorry, Vinny.
Maybe they're both brunettes, but I don't know. Like Testaverde's a turnover machine. Flacco just led the Browns off his couch to a playoff victory. So they're a little bit different to me.
Well, I mean, not necessarily because name me one time Flacco. Well, Vinny actually led. Didn't he lead the Ravens to? No, that's somebody else. I believe he was somebody.
He was the Buccaneer for a while.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's what I thought so. Yeah, that's what I thought so. Yeah, he lived in that. Yeah, exactly. So
he threw 2 bombs.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. So I know they're the same boat because they both got the same arm strength, no legs, both bad knees. They're the same people. I think that's his cousin.
You need to protect them.
Well, that comes in. That's
you have to protect them.
Yeah, I think the problem is, folks, that the league is trying to revamp the old days, right? And they're trying to give everybody the same playbook. You're going to be the old Colts. You're going to be the old Ravens. You're going to be this. And then they're trying to play because, we as fans who have spent thousands and millions of dollars to see them do that same knucklehead BS and then move forward. But now we're starting to see what's happening and the league is changing. Now, I want to ask the panel because I didn't ask this last Saturday and I didn't get it, and we mentioned it and we didn't get to it totally. How do you feel about the new kickoff rule? Do you hate it? Do you like it? So let's start with Steve and end with Eric.
I like it.
What? Wait a minute. Are you drinking right now, Big Steve? Are you drinking right now? So put down that glass, my friend.
I love it because I'm tired of them just let's just sit there. No, if you're a kicker and you got the Baltimore kicker, you may get the Dallas kicker, but if you can't kick it and somebody take it out and run for your life, that's what I want. Do it.
I don't know what's Big Steve. I think he's been body snatched. Let me go to Coach. Coach. We'll come back to Big Steve. He's having this moment right now. So let's go with Coach.
I'm gonna say this. Jaden Daniels should not be doing it all. He's got to have help. He's got to have. Yeah, I want to see Terry out there more, or whoever is supposed to be, for these receiving yards. It's got to be done. That's it. You can't let him do it all. You can't let Daniels do it all. And that's what he did last weekend. And that just burns my soul.
I can feel it. I can feel it. You just let it go. Just let it go. Alex, what you got for me, bro?
Right, the 13 was yesterday.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It ain't my fault. As far as the new kickoff rule, I like the ball in play. So back when I was in school, I was a kicker. I couldn't be a linebacker, but at least I kicked.
That's
so
good.
I just can't stand when it's every game, every touchback. Let the guys run. So I like the balls in play. But it's a little bit weird to me. But I'm getting used to it.
All right, let me go to Lou.
Yeah, I'm not really fond about this new. I'm not. I'm just nope. No. Let's go back.
All right, Lou, what you got for me, man?
No, I know something because like Eric said, or said, touchback or touchback. Yeah, I think it's trying to come down to that. So I know some of this new rule. Alex.
Okay. All right, Eric, what you got for me, bro?
This is not the game I grew up loving. I don't particularly like it. I see it's indicative of a whole bunch of changes. The watching structure now, you got to pay for Peacock and Amazon and all these things. It's not about football anymore that I know to be football. It's about making money, and like I said, it's just I don't like it. But like I said, that's the reason why I don't like it, because it's indicative of wholesale changes. It's not about football anymore. It's about a product to be sold to the fans.
You know what? They have so much pressure on them.
Well, I think some of it is self-inflicted. I mean, as far as the executives in the league, they feel like they got to be politically correct, and they got to do this and that, and the money is a monster for them. It's good for them because they make it, but it's bad for the fans. It's bad for the sport. And by extension the game. We'll just have to see. But I see like in 5 or 10 years, if things keep tracking the way they're tracking, like I said, not even going to recognize the game I grew up with.
I echo that same sentiment. Here's where I have a problem with the new rule here. The new rules that they come up with doesn't benefit the game. It benefits the teams and the organization, because it helps the person who's leading get into the playoffs and get into the Super Bowl much quicker. The other ones at the bottom, it's like shuffling around the refs, right? The refs, they get the worst refs and they send them down to the ones that are not in the playoffs, and whoever loses, it doesn't affect them because they already lost. It's like the NBA, when you have the best refs up there, they call really good games, or sometimes they get into controversy and you have a meme about them. This is the same thing that's happened with the league. They saw, like Eric said, they saw how the USFL and the XFL were getting majority of the fans that they would normally have over to them to watch and attend games. So they're like, so how can we make the games like that? And so they go through a list of the rules that they have over there and they go, no, wait a minute. We found one that we can actually put in the game. This is the same thing what they did with the 2-point rule. When we didn't have a 2-point rule back in the 80s and 90s. They incorporated that in the early 2000s. And then when they put that on the field, I was against the 2-point conversion, because it took away the game natural scoring habits, right? So now when you score a touchdown, you tie the game. Yeah. So now when you score to win it, you have to go for 2. Why? You kick a field goal. You go into overtime. Now you see who's going to win. Now you can't do that. Now you go for the win. So I don't like that. I still don't like it. But it doesn't make sense to me, because when you about to beat somebody behind, you want to let them know we can go back down the field and win on you. But now here's the funny thing, folks. I don't know if you'll look at it like this, but check this out. Let's say, what game can we say that actually did this? Was it? Yeah.
Kansas City.
I was just about to say that. Oh man, you read my mind. Kansas City. Well, I'm gonna take it I'll take it this year. Kansas City and the Ravens. Do you understand? They went for a touchdown and kick a field goal. They never went for 2. Never in that game. Why? Because they knew they can take on each other, going back and back and fight. They did not even commit a 2-point conversion. Why? Because the head coaches knew if they go for 2, they will miss it and lose. You see what I'm saying? We should never ever have a 2-point conversion because it lacks another understanding. They knew all you have to do is get your opponent in the box and prevent them from scoring from a 2-yard line. 2-yard line. All you have to do is deflect the ball. Game over. We win. Or hit them out the end zone. Okay, here's the one who is here. Here is the 2-point conversion pro cons. I'll give you the New York Indians and the Falcons in the Super Bowl. What happened to the Falcons? They went for 2. What did the New England Patriots do? They pushed them out of the end zone. Game over. We win. Controversy. Did he go over the line? The ball was caught. Did they fumble? What? They could not review it because it was in the 2-minute rule. Right?
Yep.
So that's my point. Well, yeah, she passed gas and it tickled her. Listen, the thing about it, the thing about it, what I'm saying is, folks, we spend too much talking about games to the league to change it for the better. It was already good. It was already great. We looked at the better quarterbacks and wide receivers and tight ends and running backs who actually ran for over 100 yards to make it to the end zone, into the red zone. Why do we need a 2-point conversion? This is just another problem in the mix. This is just another problem to actually convert into losing a game. First, it was the bad refs call, right? Remember that bad ref that screwed up and we got lashed out and he got pushed out of the league? This is what this is. This is another rule call that can be manipulated and turned on its face. I do not like the call whatsoever. You have to hit a hole after catching the ball within the box. Get out of here. Now you're trying to focus on catching the ball now while you're looking up the sky and then you miss it. It's a touchdown, and then you can't review it. What? Get out of here.
I need to review it.
They have to review it, but no. This is what the summer league does when there's no football. They put in requests for this nonsense and say, yes, that sounds logical. And then you look at it like, how did we lose? You voted for this. Why you question it? You're stupid.
Yeah.
That's my point. Oh, man, we talked about this all on. It's all 4 minutes to go. Dang. I didn't even get to the Orioles.
Yeah, that day when
Let me ask you
my freaking toilet was the worst.
Yeah, well, that's why you sleep. That's why you sleep like that.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
With the kicker, and we lost 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
But why didn't they notice this in camp?
Here's the thing.
They were practicing and all that.
That is the greatest question you could ever. Coach, let me. Can I answer it? I want to answer it. I want to answer it so bad.
Because there was a talent deficit on defense. I mean, it was, when you practice, you want to practice against good people so you can get better. There's a talent deficit on defense, experience deficit on offense. Everybody's saying, yeah, we look good, but you're looking good against who? They're going to have to get up to speed. It's going to take them that's the same problem the Washington's had for about 3, 4, 5 years now.
Yep.
It takes about 3 or 4 games to get up to speed because they've been practicing against a talent deficiency. So once they actually start working against people who are actually some good, then they can get better.
And remember, we signed him 3 days before the season started.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
The other kicker.
That's what I'm about to say. We didn't even vet that kicker. Coach didn't like the other kicker because he kept missing. And what he do? He went directly through a whole kicker list and let's see what Cody can do. Bring Cody on. and we traded for Cody for nobody. And Cody didn't know what we do, so he just kicked. He kicked and missed. And Dan was like, "Wow, you missed badly, man. What's going on?" We're gonna let you go. So we went and got another kicker we don't know about. So his mindset is we can bring anybody from the NFL. I can coach him up and we'll do better. And look what's happening. He don't even know the person either. It's like going to a restaurant. Yeah, give me everything on the menu. Put it on the plate right here. I'm gonna eat this and this.
Gone through with a fine-tooth comb.
Yo, I'm sorry. We had such a great talk right now, but we have 1 minute to go. I want to thank Eric, Alex, and I want to thank the host of the anytime, bro. I want to thank the co-host of the Enhanced Sports Show, Louis Tenor, for coming in. Sorry I didn't give you a proper introduction, bro. My bad. I want to thank Coach and Big Steve. And Big Steve, we're gonna find who body snatched your soul, bro. We will make sure we get it back.
Yeah. We love you, Lulu. We love you, Lulu.
That's my new name.
No, it's not, man. I'm playing with you, man. Yo, make sure y'all come back this Saturday, next Saturday. And
I like that new nickname.
no, man, don't do that. Yo, make sure you come back. Let's talk more sports this next Saturday. It's more Commanders, more Baltimore Orioles, more Wizards, and more Capitals. And yes, you're human first, everything second. Make sure you go conquer your dreams because you're conquered by definition. So go do that. And I want to say God bless everybody. Have a great weekend and stay safe out there. All right. All right. All right.
That made me feel like it was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Coach.
All right, y'all.
All right, Alex.
Oh, man, what a great show that was. I want to thank everybody who came in and entertained us, and make sure you come in next Saturday to talk Commanders, Wizards, Baltimore Orioles, and more. We didn't get to college football. Maryland's taking on Virginia at 8 p.m. Make sure you go watch that. And also be safe out there, man. You're human first, everything second. You're conquerors by definition. Don't lose that dream, that intensity, and that passion because it's yours for a reason. I'm out. Peace.